Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Pop Anime Comics here from PopAnimeComics.com and the Pop Anime Comics Lounge podcast. As always, my Instagram is Pop Anime Comics, and as many people know who follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, is I'm a big comic book collector and I'm a big Pop Funko collector. And so I figured it's about time that I broke down my Pop Funko collection and gave some insight into what it is worth, some of the trends, and some rationale behind that, in hopes that I can educate people and give people advice and help them out when they go Pop Funko hunting, to go find Pop Funkos and understand what's going on in the market and what to search for and what to pay for it. And so we just finished up the Kamikaze Stanley LA Comic Con Pop Funkos that I have, and I figured we would jump into some FYE stuff from FYE. So FYE has a bunch of exclusives. They've had exclusives for years, and figured we would start with something that's a cool product from FYE, and that's a very recognizable product from back in early 20 years ago and more recent, and that is He-Man of the Universe Trapjaw, FYE exclusive. So this came out in 2017, relatively new. It is an FYE exclusive. It's a pretty cool Pop Funko. I mean, obviously He-Man is very, very well respected. People know it. They've been all over new shows, old shows. It's one of the most popular swords out there that he uses. It's been made fun of. It's been memed. So the product itself of He-Man is well known, and Trapjaw is obviously a part of that. And so that's kind of cool where all this stuff is. I mean, I like the Pop Funko, and so I think right off the bat, before I start assessing value, I think the fact that it is a recognizable character, it is a recognizable property, does help with the value. I think the fact that it's exclusive also helps, and also helps for it to maintain some value. And I think that's something to keep in mind with things like this, that the more something is well known, the more likely it's going to have more value to it, just because people want it and they want it in their collection, and people tend to like things that have been around for a long time. So its value, its low is about $10, its high is about $16.50, and its estimated value is about $13 for the FYE exclusive. And there's a specialty series, and that one is a $15 value. But this is not the specialty series, but I just want to mention that, where the specialty series estimated value, and in all my videos, all my numbers come from PopFunkoPriceGuide.com, and they estimate this one's value at $13. So it's a $15 pop. So taking a $2 hit on it as it stands, but it's a year out. And I think part of the reason why it's going for $13 is because while it is He-Man, it is not He-Man, it is not She-Ra, it is not Skeletor, and so it's not the main group of people. You know, Trapjaw, nothing wrong with Trapjaw. Trapjaw is perfectly fine, but Trapjaw is not what you think of He-Man. And so I think while it's recognizable, and while He-Man is a recognizable entity, a property, this is not the top He-Man Pop Funko that you want. This is more aimed at somebody who loves He-Man and wants a collection for He-Man, and is thrilled and wants every single Pop Funko from He-Man. And I think that's part of why this series was actually licensed, is because there are people out there who want He-Man Pop Funkos. And that's what this one is aimed at. It's not aimed at a casual collector. It's aimed at a very niche market. And I think that's something to keep in mind with this Pop Funko, is that it is definitely aimed towards a specific buyer who will probably pay for it if they couldn't find it. It also helps that it's an FYE exclusive. Now, FYE has a bunch of weird exclusives where they have a bunch of different stickers. So this is the black label FYE black exclusive sticker. And so this sticker, from my understanding, it's only on some Pop Funkos, it's not on others. And it's a bit weird in that regard, so I don't really understand the full breakdown of Pop Funko stickers. But there are others out there, and we're entering the FYE component of this series that I'm doing, and you'll see that there are several different FYE stickers that apply that are exclusives. And so this sticker has also appeared on the Reptar, and it's also appeared on the Dragon Ball Z Master Roshi. And it could very well be due to years, it could be they're standardizing, but there's a variety of different things. So that also kind of plays a factor. This is from 2017. So, and I also think it's not that old. It's about a year out. So sometimes Pop Funkos accelerate really quickly, but historically, there's a bunch of Pop Funkos that are not exclusives that came out a few years before Pop Funko became really big, and they just are not exclusives, but they're worth a lot of money, and it took them a while for them. And there's charts that show that it took a while for them to get to like the $90 or $100 range, and they're not even that elaborate. It's just that they were the originals. And so that's something to keep in mind also, that this is still very young as a Pop Funko. He-Man is going nowhere. He-Man will go through whatever series it's on right now, or whatever series finished up. It will be left for 3 years alone, and then it's going to be revived. And that's the art of television right now. And so while Trapjaw might not get another Pop Funko, there might be several others that come down the road, and then it gets revived. More people want it. More people come into the market, and then somebody wants it, and then that slowly raises the value of something, or it decreases the value because people are like, screw Trapjaw, I don't really care about this. But I think that's really the rationale behind this, is that one of the things that I think is going to be key with this Pop Funko in particular is, I think this Pop Funko, and there are others that are similar, is the popularity bases in what revision they're on of He-Man, what project they're on with He-Man, what is the desire, what is the popularity of the show, what is the popularity of people collecting from the show, and how many collectors have a full set and are willing to spend money for a full set, and how many collectors got to FYE and they wanted a good Trapjaw, but they couldn't find one. Because this is really the way you make money with this one. And I'm going to be taking a bit of a hit here because this is the strategy that I'm going to use. So if somebody wants to take it, be my guest, and beat me to the punch. But you got to find a collector who needs it, doesn't have it, and needs it to complete either a piece of their collection or their entire collection. Because if they have 3 Pop Funkos left and this is one of them, they're going to spend money, but they're not going to spend the most money. But if this is the last one they need and they can't find it anywhere, then they're going to spend whatever they want because they want the whole collection. And I think that's the key to this Pop Funko, is that I think this Pop Funko, its estimated value is $13. I think you can get a good amount of money from it if you find the right buyer at the right time who doesn't have it and needs it immediately because they have a whole collection. And I think certain Pop Funkos fit that dynamic and fit that position because that's just the way they work. And I think this is one of those. And I think that's a real strategy in dealing with this Pop Funko. And if you're looking for this Pop Funko, you got to be wary of that, because there's somebody like me who will sell it to you, but if you need it, I mean, that's the whole thing, is that it's a supply and demand issue. And so I think that's what it is. And so that's my entire take on Trapjaw. I mean, buy, sell it, it all depends. I mean, He-Man is a property that has been around, much like the Thundercats, much like Johnny Quest. It's definitely rooted in American cartoons. It's rooted in American cartoon culture. So the name brand itself of He-Man, Masters of the Universe, also known as He-Man or Masters of the Universe, has been around for so long that it's something that's recognizable, that you walk into a store, I mean, you're going to recognize that. You might not know who Trapjaw is, but you're going to know who this is. And so I think that really does add value and really helps to keep its value at $13 and really prevent it from falling apart and going down even further than where it is right now. So that's just my entire take on it. This one is a bit shorter than the others, so I'm just going to dive into my social media. As you know, there are no affiliate links right now on this channel and on this video in particular. Not to say there won't ever be, but if there is, it will definitely benefit you, the people watching it. But if you feel so inclined and you enjoy watching this stuff and enjoy seeing it, feel free to follow me on Twitter at PopAnimeComics. Check out PopAnimeComics.com, where I write about anime, comics, and pop culture. Also, follow me on Instagram. It's really cool and essential. I mentioned it at the start of this video for the very reason that all my Pop Funkos go up on Instagram. And so I'm doing these videos, going to be transitioning to doing them 2 times a week. But if you want a sneak preview of what I'm always adding to my collection, what I have in my collection, what's going to be reviewed, that's the place to go, because that will give you all the inside scoop of what's coming down the pike and my take and what can really benefit you. So follow me on Instagram is a really, really good start if you want inside scoop about Pop Funkos. And anything that's Pop Anime Comics is mine, including this YouTube channel. Feel free to subscribe for all news relating to this, and some other stuff is coming in the future in the next few weeks, so definitely be on the lookout for that. But anything that's Pop Anime Comics is mine, unless I owe you money, and in that case, much like Trapjaw, I'm going to escape through a trap door, and you just won't hear from me ever again. So that's pretty much everything that's going on with this Pop Funko. I really do hope, as I've said in other videos, and this is a personal note before we depart, that this entire video collection and what I'm doing here is really for the purpose of education. And it's for the purpose of giving information and insight and value. And so that you as fans and as collectors have an idea of what something's worth, what are common trends that are occurring. And when you watch enough of these videos, you're going to see common themes emerging on what's popular, what's not. And hopefully that can give you some insight, whether you're at a con, you're going out shopping for a Pop Funko, whether you're bidding on one on eBay, or you're trading for one through various websites, of what you actually have, what is sought after, what is potential. And this way you can make the best deal that you could possibly make. And that you can get the most for your Pop Funko or for your cash. And that you have an idea of how the market works. And that's the whole point of this. And so I really, really do hope these videos are helpful to you and really help to save you money or get you more Pop Funkos, or just give you an idea of what actually things are worth versus what you pay for them. Because those are two different entities, and while they're correlated, they are not always on the same level, where this costs $15, it's not worth $15 right now. And so that's something to keep in mind. And that's the whole point of this. So if you find this helpful, and I really hope you do, because that's what I'm aiming here for each and every video that I do regarding this. So thank you for watching. It's always appreciated. And I definitely hope to see you in the next video and me breaking down these Pop Funkos, because I think it's so crucial that we as a community educate one another on this field. And if you find something that disputes my data that I'm getting, please feel free to share it, because I'm always open to new data points and discussions and things like that. So thank you for watching, and hopefully I will see you in my next video to continue to educate, help, and provide my information and insight into Pop Funko collecting.